Welcome to the Creative Brew, helping you keep your creative juices brewing. We're giving out chunks of insight, motivation, and practicality for your creative journey. If you're a creator, athlete, or entrepreneur, luck can only get you so far. Having the right skill sets are critical in your success. All Skill No Luck makes handcrafted, custom-designed flannel wear, made in the United States and based here right in Oceanside, California. They pride themselves on quality, creativity, and attitude. The perfect brand for the Creative Brew. Use promo code CreativeBrew10 and get 10% off and free shipping within the United States. You can check them out at allskillnoluck.com. My next partner is Elevate Coffee Trading, and if you appreciate specialty coffee, enjoy outdoor adventure, and love helping elevate the lives of children around the world, then you're going to love Elevate Coffee Trading. Their mission is to extract hope through love, coffee, and adventures. There's free shipping in the United States, and every bag of coffee helps sponsor health and education for children in coffee-producing countries and in areas of need in the United States. You can use promo code Elevate21 on your next order, and you can follow their journey on social media at Elevate Coffee Trading. Or you can visit online at elevatecoffeetrading.com, and let's start extracting hope together. Hey, this show is brought to you by Tennessee Grappling Apparel, based out of the Knoxville area. Lifestyle wear for the modern wrestler or grappler. Use the promo code CB10 on your next purchase at TennesseeGrapplingApparel.com. And we're back with a new episode. Today, we're actually going to talk about a little story. And for a lot of people that know me, I'm generally, aside from design work, branding, and other things, I also help train MMA fighters. So, I do a little mix of a lot of different things. But this is actually a story that, helping to train a Marine that came in over the weekend, and I was helping him out with some just fundamental things as far as his wrestling and grappling goes, and but the conversation we had really struck me, and it was something that I really feel like can pertain to literally everything that may be going on in your life. I know in mine, and and it goes for all my entrepreneurs, my athletes, my creatives. I think the story will the certain things we can take from the story will I feel like will reflect with anybody in any kind of arena. So I'll go into it. To make it quick, we were pretty much training. After we got done, he was talking to me, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm wanting to try to learn everything as fast as I can," and I guess it sort of frustrated him when he couldn't grasp certain concepts quick enough, and it sort of struck me because I was like, and when I told him, and like I said, I've been pretty much wrestling for most of my life, and I told him, and I'm still learning new things. So I told him, I mean, be easy on yourself, and I could sort of tell even with with his mindset towards like feeling like he had to have it now. That sometimes it could be that who knows, it could be that alpha in him, sort of wanting to master everything. And by all means, I am for anybody. I can be an ambitious soul too. So for anyone that's looking to try to master a skill set, you want to try to learn everything that you can, absorb everything that you can. But at the same time too, you need to be in process. I actually need to be in gratitude of the process, and know that sometimes you got to be easy on yourself. I told him, like, I've been doing this. I've been in the design industry for 15 plus years, and I'm still learning new things. I'm still trying to add in different things into my skill set. Likewise with sports or athletics, I'm still learning. And like I said, I compete too, but I'm still learning new concepts and technique and learning from other people. So if I'm still learning and you just started, don't be so hard on yourself. being gratitude that you're able to come in here and train and learn from someone that may be at a higher level than you. Um, be in gratitude for that. Don't feel like you have to master everything right now. Maybe there's certain little things that you need to understand within yourself until you can get to that next level. And like I said, I'm preaching to the choir. It's same for me too. There's things that I am looking to do within my business and within my creative ecosystem. At the same time too, there's certain skill sets. There's still ways of different ways that I can communicate to my clients, to my audience with the podcast. There's a lot of things that I'm still fine tuning, even in my skill sets. And know that, hey, look, I'm not going to get it every time. If you're in sports or athletics, you're not gonna, you're not gonna get the takedown every time. You're not gonna get the win every time. And once you understand that, you can be a little bit lighter on yourself. And you actually learn quicker because you don't have the resistance up. So I always hear a lot of coaches loving to coach kids as opposed to, high school, college. And, it goes back to they're so willing to, like I said, they still have the joy in it. They're still willing to, they're still light, they're still playful. They're just happy to be there. And if it's a byproduct of, hey, learning a new sport or learning a new skill, that's awesome. The resistance isn't there. When we get a little bit older, we start to add on walls upon walls upon walls, and it's really hard for people or coaches or leaders to communicate and get through those walls to get to the actual source. So it's up to you. It's up to, I can only do what I can do. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out ways of unlearning the things that you've built up over the course of your life. You have to let go of those walls. You have to let go of that resistance in order to bring something in. And this literally applies to creativity. This applies to entrepreneurship. This applies to your career, to relationships, anything. You're going to have to figure out some way or fashion to let go of the resistance. If you can do that, beautiful things happen. That's why it's so much easier. You want to be able to, even with kids, if you can ingrain certain habits and certain programs mentally, they flourish so much better when they're older because everything has already been set in place before the resistance got there. But if that resistance built over time, it's really hard as a coach, as a leader, to be able to show certain concepts, show certain things until they're bought in, until they say, you know what, I truly believe and trust what they're saying, and I'm willing to learn. That can be hard, and I think that's the challenge of every coach or leader is figuring out how to get the most out of their employees, get the most out of their team. It's hard, but you wouldn't be in that position if it wasn't challenging. I think I think as a coach, as a leader, you love connecting and communicating with people and bringing out the best out of them. Sometimes it can be tricky, but swinging back around, it's even for me, even for all the things that I've done and all the things that I'm doing now, I've probably had more fun doing the things that I do now than I did perhaps when I was even 10 years ago. Even in sports, I was so hard, so tough on myself. And like I said, I like to be able to keep standards. I mean, I'm not saying anything about that, but sometimes, you got to laugh at yourself. Sometimes you got to really be easy on yourself. Be light on yourself. And I guarantee you, if you can do that, you'll learn better. You'll respond better in situations because we're not all perfect. Even now, I mean, I'm 42 now. Even with all the things that I'm aspiring to do. I still have another lifetime of experiences. And that's what drives and fuels me is knowing, wow, what can happen in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Who are the people I can connect with? What are the experiences I can experience? What all the taste of that life can offer. I've got a whole nother lifetime. So right now, be easy, be light with yourself. It's all right. You still got a lot to learn. And if you can understand that and know that I am constantly learning, I don't have all the answers. I don't expect to have all the answers. If you can do that, you actually you're able to bring in more wisdom, more insight, more inspiration, because you're not fixated on feeling like I have to master everything right now, or I have to have this in place right now. You really don't. We're all in a process of learning. We're all in a process with life. It's a constant process. And if you can understand that who you are, your true, most authentic, most creative self may not evolve for another 10 years. Maybe there's little things that you have to let go of, little things that you have to learn, that you have to grow within in order for the real you to emerge. It may be another 10 years. It may be 20 years. There's a lot of late bloomers. So don't feel like, if you're 20 years old, you get to 30 and you feel like you know it all. You don't. If you get to 40, you won't know everything. You get to 50, you won't know everything. So be easy on yourself. There's a lot to learn, a lot of growing to do. We get to the end of our life, we can then look back and say, you know what, I experienced a lot of things and I loved it. I'm glad I was able to experience this. I was glad I was able to connect with these people. I'm so in gratitude that I was able to have the opportunity to do the things that I dreamed about doing or wanted to do. If we feel like, hey, I want to be perfect right now and that's it, what is the point of growing? What is the point of life if you're not in a constant flow of unlearning, bringing in something new? It's just like water. It's the flow of life. It comes out, the tide comes out, brings something else in. We're not going to master everything, at this very moment. And I wouldn't want you to. Now, what I would want you to do is constantly be in that constant state of knowing that, hey, look, I've got things to learn. I want to be able to absorb everything that I can. And then when I need to let things go, I'll do so I can bring in new insight, new techniques, new ways of being. But keep learning. Don't get so dogmatic into feeling like I have to have everything right now. You don't know what's in store for you in the next 5 to 10 years. You may have something even more awesome than what you could even imagine. But you got to be willing to let it in. So just be easy on yourself. That's all I got for today. If you like this episode, please let me know. You can subscribe on Soundcloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcast. Radio show is on Helium Radio. And then if you want to support the show, different ways of doing it, but the best way is going to www.buymeacoffee.com/The Creative Brew. So other than that, hey, smile at yourself, give yourself a hug, tell yourself you love yourself. Be easy on yourself. Your body, your mind, it's gotten you this far. Trust it. Trust the process. It's not going to be easy, but I need you to trust it and be willing to let go of that resistance. Let those walls down. Bring in something new. But other than that, that's what I got. Be creative. Stay inspired.
Settle down,